Good morning, YouTube. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Brian Van Dyne, and I have been on YouTube for about 5 years. A little longer than that. I've been running my dump truck business for 5 years. And I got a comment that was really kind of douchey. I gotta be honest. The guy was being a real prick the way he phrased the comment. And he said, and it was bat trucking, right? And he said, Brian, listen, union operator can make $100,000, and in 5 years he'll make $500,000, and you only make $200,000 in 5 years. Let me just stop you right there, right? Okay, so let's break down this scenario real quick. Okay, so first off, a first-year union operator is never gonna make $100,000. I don't know a single first-year union member making $100,000, right? The first-year guy is gonna make $30,000, maybe $40,000, maybe $50,000, $60,000 in a year, and that's gross. That is not net. That is gross, right? So that right there just blows your argument out of the question, right? But you want to talk gross numbers, so let's talk gross numbers. Let's just say he made $100,000 gross in his first year. Well, guess what, dude? I made $106,000 gross in my first 6 months. Okay? So we can talk gross numbers all day if you want. I mean, my second year, $134,000 gross. Third year, $360,000. Fourth year, fourth year, that was $513,000 in 1 year. The gross revenue of the business was $513,000. Okay, so now let's not even talk about the money that I brought home. Let's talk about what the business is worth, right? When you go to sell a business, okay, if I were to sell my business, you use a multiplier, right? So let's just say a 3 times multiplier, right? That's on the low end. Sometimes they use up to 8 times multipliers. A 3 times multiplier of 500,000, 1.5. My business is worth 1.5 million. Okay? That's on the low end. That's on the low end. Okay, so you want to compare a union guy who's, slaving away for somebody else, and he don't even bring home $100,000 net, right? They don't bring home $100,000 net. They bring home $50,000 net. And then, on top of that, if they're a union operator, guess what? I bet money on it, 99% of them are driving their own vehicle. They're driving their own vehicle all the way to some job site in the city. I'm speaking in Washington, right? Because I don't know, where you're from, right? So I'm going to just say everything as if you're in Washington, right? Okay, so if you're a union guy, you're working in Seattle, guaranteed, right? If you live in Shelton, you're commuting 2 hours a day just to get up to Seattle, and then on your way back home, you're commuting 3 hours, so that's 6 hours, just commuting time, right? So you're burning up all that fuel, so realistically, what are you really taking home? The thing is you come at me with this, oh, Brian, you're not doing nothing, you're not making nothing. Dude, you haven't sat down and calculated half of the income that I've made. You haven't even sat down and calculated a quarter of what I've made, right? Because not only have I received a monthly check from my business every single month, I have acquired lots of assets for this business. Those assets have value, right? Not only have I done that, I've created contacts in the industry. That's worth something, right? If I go to sell my business, those contracts and those customers are worth something, right? If you're just a union operator and the job's done and they don't have any work lined up, you're fired. You're done. You're gonna go sit at home and twiddle your thumbs for a couple weeks until somebody can come up with a job. And then on top of that, if one of the other guys is not happy about what he's making and the union decides to go on strike, then guess what? You ain't working. You're gonna sit in a chair on a picket line doing nothing. And then on top of that, you're gonna pay the union. Because being in a union ain't free. I've been in a union. The whole union thing is stupid. It's stupid. It's a cop-out. It's a whole bunch of people trying to band together and be gangsters and try to, attack their employer. Guess what? Who always wins in the end? The guy with the money. You think you're gonna make more money because you're in a union? No, you're not. You're not gonna make any more money if you're in a union than if you're not in a union. The way you only make the money is if you own the business, right? You don't see no union operator driving a Lamborghini down the road. You don't see a union member hopping in a private jet flying to his meeting in Miami. The only people that do that are business owners. The guys that have all the real money. All the real assets. So you can go and say, oh, union this, union that. I already know being in a union is not all it's cracked out to be. And I got a whole bunch of people in the comments right now that are going to say the same thing. Can you make a good living in a union? Yeah, you can make a good living in a union. But if you want to make better money than a union, then you need to own your own business. That's the down cold truth. You have to take more responsibility and you have to work harder. That's what equals money. Risk and hard work equals money. If you think you're safe, you think you're going to have a safe position in a union, oh, they can't fire me because I'm in a union. Yeah, maybe, but guess what? You're also not making any money either. While you're getting paid, 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks an hour because you're in a union, right? Guess what? The company is making millions of dollars on the jobs that you're getting paid pennies. There's just a quick little breakdown for you. Under 10 minutes. Dismantled. The argument was stupid. Why'd you even bring it up? You made me all pissed off for no reason. Think about it though. Union maker, the first year they're not making $100,000. That's the stupidest argument I've ever heard. Right? And not only are they not making 100, if they're an apprentice, guess what? They only get to work maybe 30 hours a week, maybe 40 hours a week. They don't get to hop into 60, 70, 80 hours a week making $60, $70 an hour. It don't happen like that. You start as an apprentice, you gotta be somebody's little slave boy, for a year or two. And once you prove yourself, then you finally make the 50, 60, bucks an hour. But guess what? I'm already making way more than that. Just because I bought a dump truck. Right? You say they make $100,000 a year. That's gross. That ain't net. Once they don't get free health care. There's a portion of their check that gets taken out every single month for their health care. And then guess what? The 401k, guess what? They're only getting 2% unless they put in some money. Or actually, they don't get nothing in the 401k unless they put some money in, and then the company will match what they're putting in. Right? But the reason that company's willing to put that money in is because they're making so much money on you already. That's why they're willing to put money in. If you put money in, it's because they're already making a killing on you. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, pound that like button, pound the subscribe. subscribe button, share this on your social media site of preference, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.